Time for business with Anka Ula joining us in the studio. Anka, you're looking at, well, fears today, more fears, I guess, of a global economic recession. Tell us why.
Well, we saw some recent data today released from the US and China that's raised concerns that economic growth is slowing faster than expected. Now let's start with the latest jobs report from Washington. A year and a half of constant monthly job growth came almost to a complete halt in February, with the U.S. employers adding just 20,000 jobs. Now that's compared to a blockbuster 310,000 jobs in January. Some reasons for the sharp drop could be unseasonably cold weather, affecting industries like construction and retail, which both cut thousands of jobs in February. And there were some positive points in February's jobs report. Unemployment continuing to drop. It's down to 3.8% from 4% previously, and wages grew at the fastest pace since 2009. Now, the U.S. jobs report comes off the back of new data from China showing weaker than expected trade figures for February. Specifically, exports dropped sharply, nearly 21% from the same month last year, with imports down as well. Weakening global demand, a trade war with the United States, and slowing domestic economy all contributing to that poor performance. Now, all of this has taken a toll on global financial markets. Let's see how they're trading today. European markets closed in the red, with London's FTSE and Paris's CAC 40 both down about 0.7%, and Frankfurt's DAX down 0.5%. Investors here are also still digesting the European Central Bank's growth forecast downgrade for the Eurozone yesterday. A similar picture on Wall Street this afternoon, with stocks heading for their worst week of the year. The Dow Jones shedding more than 120 points, with Pfizer and ExxonMobil both lagging. The Nasdaq and S&P 500 both trading down about 0.2%. Well, this International Women's Day, we're shining a spotlight on female entrepreneurs in Europe. Women make up more than half of the total European population, but only about a third of the EU's self-employed workers and startup entrepreneurs. Female entrepreneurs often face greater challenges in securing financing and training. To combat this, the EU, individual governments, and private institutions have launched programs aimed at supporting women who want to start their own business. And one of those initiatives is the Cartier Women's Initiative, which offers training, networking, and even cash prizes for winners of their annual competition. I'm joined now in the studio by one of the finalists this year, French entrepreneur Zineb Agoumi. Zineb, you are the founder of EzyGain, a Paris-based tech company that helps people with limited mobility track their progress at home and send the data to medical professionals. First off, what inspired you to start this company?
I started this company 4 years ago. I was studying engineering and business, and I was very concerned about people with mobility issues who have working issues, and I wanted to create something innovative to help them at home and small structures. And at that time, I met Dr. Thierry Albert, who is a medical doctor in near Paris, who was concerned about these issues also, and we started the company, and a team joined us later.
So, as you said, you were studying engineering and business when you had the idea for this company. Did you always know you wanted to start your own company, or did it kind of happen naturally or unexpectedly?
I wanted to try, so I followed an entrepreneurship program to try it, and I really liked it and continued the project.
Did you receive any pushback from anybody when you first started, when you first came up with this idea?
Some people tried to discourage me, but family and friends helped me and encouraged me to continue. In school also, partners, a lot of partners encouraged me.
Did you have any difficulty finding your path, sort of how to start a business, or did you have that from your training? How did that work for?
I had a lot of coaches, and I quickly met my partners, my associates, who are engineers, designers, doctors, and together we managed to achieve a lot of things.
And can you explain a bit more about your company's mission? What exactly do you hope to achieve with it? And where did you see sort of a market gap that you're trying to fill, essentially, with this company?
When we visited centers, we noticed that there are lots of big centers who have big machines, expensive, cumbersome, and nothing for small structures, nothing for home, nothing for patients who need it in small institutions. So we needed to follow to fill that gap and make people work again safely in a secure way.
And you also have a very personal connection to this project as well, from what I read about you.
Yes, so I had my grandmother who felt a lot at home She died the same year, but it's not related. And I want to help other aged people and younger people to walk safely.
Thank you very much, Zineb Agoumi, founder of EzyGain, for speaking with us.
Thank you.
24.
Thank you.
Well, finally, let's zoom in on another program right here in Paris that's helping women to re-enter the job market through food. Luke Schrago has a story.
It's not always easy to get back on your feet if you're in a difficult situation, all the more so if you're only just starting out. That was the case for Viviane, who arrived in Paris from Africa last year and found an organisation tailor-made to help women like her.
I have no experience in food services. I was a hairdresser in Senegal. I learnt all of this the hard way and I love it. It's great. The team is great and the boss is beyond words.
La Panaméenne is a grocer's with a difference. Not only does it sell locally sourced and GMO-free food, it cooks and serves it too, with a staff of 12 women on hand, all of whom it aims to get back into the workforce full-time.
Women are the most excluded by society when it comes to single-parent families due to lack of qualifications. Because they've prioritised the education of their children, the idea is to expand on 2 essential professions, which are catering and business, to ensure they have a job if ever their own project doesn't work out for them.
La Panaméenne is the result of a partnership between both local authorities and the Food de Rue charity. Given the success it's had in just over a year of operation, they hope they'll be able to set up more franchises in the future.
Well, James, as you can see, there still is a lot of work to be done, but there are steps being taken in the right direction.
All right, Anka, thanks so much for all of that business news.